Oh, Loopy, that's a really old command. CTSCP is actually closed right now, so. Mark III, what's new about the Mark III? A lot of design revisions. It looks the same, but I changed a lot of stuff on it. So shuttle is now 17 kilometers in altitude, traveling at 435 meters a second, downrange 10 kilometers now. Okay. Ascent nominal at this time. Voyager on its 11th mission here. Ascent is pretty nominal at this time. It's just taking a little longer than normal just because we have the two payloads that we have, the KMU and the Kraken Arm, are both really high part count payloads, so Ascent is taking a little more time than it should.
What, Loopy?
Okay, shuttle is now approaching the 30-kilometer mark, traveling at 720 meters a second, downrange 20 kilometers. What is the Mater command linked to, Loopy?
Really? You've never looked at that before?
Oh, that's a good one, man. How many
Yeah,
missions?
one of my moderators did that
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
over a year and a half ago.
Wow. How many missions did the actual shuttle undergo? 135 missions, 133 completed. Okay. Ascent nominal. Shuttle's now 37 kilometers in altitude, traveling at 1.05 kilometers a second. Downrange 30 kilometers. Nominal ride from the shuttle thus far. Voyager on this mission is carrying the Kraken Arm 3 development unit, a endeavor by the Eric Johnson Space Administration for remote manipulator system and robotics. Voyager, you are go for cut 3. And robotics for on-orbit uses and potential foreign celestial body uses. The ARM is a robotic manipulator system that is designed to work in lower gravity environments. Thrust trailing off, stand by for liquid rocket booster separation. Do something I don't usually do with the separation this time.
Wait, what are you doing?
You'll see.
Okie dokie. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Right?
Dude, I could just imagine whole cam VDS on the ET there. That.
Nominal first stage performance, showing clean SRB set or LRB set flight.
SRB, LRB, all made on carbon.
True story.
Dude, that angle though.
That looked pretty sick, right?
Oh, that was good.
Sraf, what's up, dude? Alright. GoPro hype. Yeah, Sid, that was pretty good, right? Alright, nominal first stage performance. Guidance systems are now converging. Shut the flight control surfaces off. Voyager's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff. Descent still nominal at this time. The shuttle crossing the 80-kilometer mark here. Downrange 200 kilometers. IFWD-40? That's unhealthy. Yeah, Pimpin'. It's the challenge, man. Absolutely. Nail on the head, buddy. I purposely make missions harder than they need to be. I do that entirely on purpose. I mean, the reason I do it is because I can... Alright. I'm going to try to say this without sounding like a moron or somebody that's really like self-indulgent. I have like 3,500 hours in this game. I can do anything in this game. Literally anything. Any planet, any ship, doesn't really matter. So what I do is I focus on making the missions a lot harder. So this is a perfect example. Kraken Arm is a perfect example of that. Using the shuttle, another perfect example. Things are a lot more difficult to use than a shuttle because I have to make the payloads be able to fit inside the payload bay. I can't just build whatever I want and go from there. I focus on design constrictions and realistic aspects of the space program to make the game harder. If I'm playing the game and I'm doing more challenging things, it's not only entertaining for you, but it's more fun for everybody. Squirrel, it took a lot of time, dude. Almost there. It takes time. It definitely takes time to get this stuff right. I have, I'd say, into Collins' design, probably 150, 200 hours of research alone. Well, Snake Weasel, I mean, yeah, I could do that. One, I also like to constrain myself to playing the stock game because I like to show what can be done with the stock game if you have a little bit, if you have a fundamental understanding of how like engineering and physics work. Yeah, I could play with life support if I wanted to add a couple more variables, but I like the niche that we've hit with doing complex missions. Like, I do missions that are pretty complex. I don't do them till so they're like super complex, but I also, you know, like, I play with different variables. Like, part count is a variable. Designing to fit into the shuttle's payload bay, another variable. I also like to, what I really enjoy is focusing on the actual background logistics of a space flight program, or a space program. Like, it's not just launching rockets into space. There's a ton of design research that you have to do. And there's a ton of support vehicles and stuff. And it's not just, you know, okay, 3, 2, 1, go, okay, we're in space, you know. I like focusing on support infrastructure. And like 905 is a good example of that. I like to run my space programs similar to how a actual space program would be run. Like, when I say actual space program, it's like there's only a few options to choose there. But, like, I manifest missions. I plan stuff out. I have a big, a fundamental goal. Like, this is all in support of a bigger, oh, we're almost coming up on the main engine cutoff here. I mean, there's just a bunch of things that I do to make the game harder for myself, but I try to find a point where it's enjoyable for you guys. It's pretty challenging, but it's not like something like okay, like I try to. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to I try to make it challenging, but I try not to overdo it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. Okay, so we're coming up on main engine cutoff. Nico confirmed. 147 by 21.
That's not bad.
Yeah. I don't want it to be 147, but that's okay. Yeah, challenging but still entertaining. I mean, because I could sit here and come up with a super convoluted, super challenging mission where we have like 2,000 part ships and we, you know, have to land like an entire city on Duna in one shot. That would literally take forever. That would take forever to launch. It would take forever to get into space. That mission would take weeks. I mean, it'd be cool, but I try to keep it so we don't divulge too hard into huge part count ships. The space station is really as much as the shuttle at the station is really as much part count as I want to go to. Yeah, Sid Kid. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we have main engine cutoff. We're going to power down. Two mains, open the fuel. How much fuel do we have left? It's 2201. Yeah, okay, good. I said, kid, no worries, man. I understood what you said, buddy.
Autocorrect it gets everybody.
When we get multi-threading, Mayor, yeah, I mean, when Unity 5 comes out, we're going to have to enter a point where we're really going to need to test and evaluate just how much we can get away with, because it's going to set a new benchmark for the game. But still, I don't want to just, Unity 5? Oh, okay, 1,500 part ship, whatever. No, I want to still focus on part counts because even with Unity 5 out, if we still focus on part counts, that means we can do more. You know what I mean? I'm talking like joint 2 space shuttle missions to an asteroid or something. I'm talking like a SCOBY landing at a base on another planet. You know what I mean? Yeah, Nero. Nero says 1.5% failure rate of space shuttle launches total. That's amazing. 133 out of 135. It's amazing considering how complex this vehicle actually is. It is. The complexity to it it's alarming. It's like, holy, why, whoa, what are you doing? Why would you make this? You know. Shuttle's going to circularize at 147 here. There. Okay, shuttle no ohms one required. Do I know World of Warships is out? No, I didn't know it's out. No, that's cool. Hey, Stonewall, what's going on? How did you go about researching to improve my KSP? And Gallo, it really, honestly, like, I looked into how NASA runs their space program, how launch operations went during shuttle missions, how they go about integrating payload into the shuttle, how they go about planning stuff. I really just looked at how NASA runs their space program, and I try to run theirs like mine. So NASA, like, and keep in mind, this is I look at their mission plans. Like mission planning isn't necessarily what happens because Congress likes to troll NASA, but that's another story. They like so take a plan like Apollo. All right, Apollo wasn't just go to the moon. All right, that was the start of Apollo. But I'll break this thing down. So Apollo did all the testing. First, they got the S-1B up and running, okay? All right, so first they got that running. And then they tested out the Saturn V. They went from testing out the upper stage to testing out the second stage, testing out the third stage to a full stack launch on Apollo 4. They just kept testing and testing and testing. Once the Saturn V got operational, after Apollo 4, they did research missions from there. So Apollo 5, 6, and 7 were doing missions around low Earth orbit with a full Saturn V mock-up to make sure that the command module, to make sure that the lunar module worked, to make sure that everything was good and checkout could work and they could fish out the lunar module from the upper stage and then go for a TLI burn. And then Apollo 8 was going to the moon, free return trajectory. So it went out to the moon, came back, and that was it. And then Apollo 9 did the same thing. It went out, did the same thing, and then Apollo 10 went out and detached the lander from the command module. The lander went down, did a couple orbits around the moon, came back up and rendezvoused. And then 11 was the one that actually landed on the moon. My point is, there's this whole big plan, and then after that, you had the J missions where they would focus on doing more science on the ground. The Apollo missions were eventually going to lead to building a lunar outpost, amongst other things. I mean, they had long duration stay missions planned. They had a bunch of stuff. Like Apollo wasn't just, get to the moon. It was get to the moon and stay there. But unfortunately, like I said, the cards didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. We'll even take STS, the space shuttle. So the space shuttle was built to foster in a logistics and distribution system that would, in lieu of Apollo, allow us to go anywhere in the solar system. Yeah, Jamori, yeah, exactly. And that's what the cool thing about Gemini and Apollo. Gemini actually got us to Apollo, all right? Like it's step by step planning, and it's genius. And I looked at that and I'm like, holy crap, I should do that in my space program, because that's really cool. That's really interesting stuff. You think about the bigger picture. You have purpose to your missions. I'm not just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go to the moon today, blah, 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 blah. Because anybody can do that. I'm going to go to the moon because I need to deliver this module for this base that's going to do this. I need to deliver Kraken Arm up to Crippen Station right now because I need to build the rest of my station. And I want to focus on getting Kraken Arm ready because down the road, I'm going to use Kraken Arm on the surface to move modules around on a base. That's why I'm pushing Kraken Arm development so much. Because in future endeavors, I'm going to use Kraken Arm technology in low-gravity environments like on the moon, like on Minmus, where you can use the Kraken Arm on the surface and it won't be a problem to build bases. Build them. I'm talking construction site, stacking modules on top of modules, building skyscrapers. That's what that technology is there for. That's why I'm pushing Kraken Arm development so much. Yes, I don't necessarily need it to assemble a station. It's just cool, and it's giving me flight research to test and develop it over time. Every move is a calculated decision. Like, I don't just build something for the sake of building it. Like, I have to have reason, I have to have a purpose to do it. Alright, we are go for rooms 2. We're activate the orbital maneuvering system here. Like, everything has purpose. Everything is here for a reason. Like, even Colin's design. I was talking with Flying on Toast the other day when he was building his shuttle, and he was like, yeah, I built yours, but I shaved down on part count a little bit. And I'm like, that's not a wise decision. And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't actually say this, like, because I forget, like, the subject changed or something. But I was like, you can't shave parts off of Colin's design. Every part on this thing is there for a reason. Yeah, that's why Apollo went to the toilet. Hey, Blingo Blango, how you doing, buddy? Taking the game seriously, I like it. Yeah, well, I mean, dude, you know, I stream it. I mean, like, I stream the game. We're partnered streamer. I make money off this. This is a job. So, and it all ties in back to what I was talking about before. If it's my job, because I get paid for it, I'm not gonna be, I'll say, half rear-ended about it. You know what I mean? If you catch my drift there, I ain't gonna play it like that. I'm gonna play it like this is my job. And guess what? It is. So that's the way, that's the design ideology that I've been rolling out since I got partnered. And it's I'd like to think that playing the game like that has paid off, because anybody can go to the moon. All you got to do is look at Scott Manley's tutorial for 5 minutes and go to the moon. There you go. I'm taking that to the next level. Yeah, there you go, Sid. Alright, so OMS 2 has been completed. Voyager, your go for payload bay door open. Okay. What's our inclination difference? -3? Okay, that's not bad. Let's do an inclination change here to get ourselves lined with that station. Well, yeah, Mayor. And that's true. I built it to that, but I haven't. When I got partnered, I'll admit I started putting more effort in, and that's not necessarily, you know, like. And I'll be honest, it's not like, oh, well, I'm making money off of it, you know, so now I got to do a good job. I did a good, you know, I tried to put a lot of time into it before that, but I don't put as much time into it as I do now. Once I got partnered, I moved my stream times up from like streaming 3 nights a week or like once I found out that I could, you know, we could get to the point where I could get partnered, I started going from streaming 3 nights a week for 3 hours to streaming 5 nights a week for 6 hours. And that eventually led to partnership. And now, you know, I mean, that's how you got to do. Your stream is entirely what you put into it. I mean, I streamed for 2 years without making much money. Now we're just getting to a point where it's becoming feasible, which is awesome. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for supporting me. That's amazing. And I'm not saying that to say anything bad about Scott. If anything, that's a good thing. You can watch Scott Manley's video and he can teach you in 5 minutes how to shoot a transmuner injection, you know? Like, it's pretty good, you know? Cheeto, this guy. That's consequential science. That's not scientific research, sorry.
And the chat just turned weird.
Yeah, right. We went to the weird place. Never go full weird, chat. Come on.
That's just crossing to shimmy territory.
So tell you about the Mark III Kraken Arm. So the Mark III Kraken Arm is a design that I've rolled out that has a couple of different revisions from Kraken Arm 2. I changed a couple of things. It looks fundamentally the same. I mean, like, if you looked at it, if you looked at this and you looked at Kraken Arm 2, you'd be like, well, what's the difference, man? Oops. Hold up. There's a mono tank open somewhere. Oh, it's that one. That's no big deal. That tank doesn't need to be full anyway. The differences in the design are optimizations. So the first biggest noticeable difference is the hinge. I redid the hinge to be a double axis constraint hinge. When I say double axis, like the old one would just hold the hinge in place. This thing is loops around an axle. So like this side of the Kraken Arm attached to the monopropellant tank is an axle, and these docking ports out there are on the ends of the axle. They're like a castle nut on a wheel axle, if you will. And then these guys over here, this guy over here is attached to these two loops of not Kraken Arms, of cube octags, right? And from that looping encompasses that the axle there. And because we're constraining it here and here, the hinge doesn't have as much room for like lateral play as it does from just moving up and down like that. We tested it out in Hat Grab and we were able to move modules around no problem. I stress tested it with under full load, basically moving like 10 tons around, and it worked just fine. The second optimization that I've done is fixing the design flaw that ultimately blew Kraken Arm 2 to pieces. Just give me a moment, guys. Hold up. I have to finish the rest of my orbit. I have to fix the rest of it. Oh, descending node NAN. We're perfect. We're fine. What's our descending node? 0.0. Okay. So the second development would be right here. These docking ports were originally right next to each other. Like one was here and one was right here. And when I separated the Kraken Arm, the design flaw that caused it to explode was this docking port over here and this docking port over here started to get magnetized to each other, and it started to clamp the arm together. And that's what eventually caused the Kraken Arm to explode. That's bad. So what I did was I offset these docking ports so there's no way, even if the arms are like right next to each other, there's no way that they can magnetize to each other. The magnetization won't pick up. That's another thing that we tested. The other thing is the third optimization that we did is lights. That's a pretty easily recognizable feature right there. I put lights on the end of each wrist so it can shine a light on what we're doing.
So it gave itself the clamps.
The clamps! And then the last thing I did was optimize the control points. So I rotated these docking points to an alignment where it would make much more sense intuitively to work. So right now, like say before, like you wanted to move the elbow segment like this, right? That was yaw right on the joystick. I moved that to pitch up and down, and yaw right will be actually yaw in relative to each arm. So like now, to move the arm like, hey, flexing for the camera. Yeah, no, that's on purpose, right? So now you use pitch to actually pitch the arm up and down relative to what you're doing. But it's a more intuitive control system that will make it ultimately easier to use and easier for you guys when I release it on Kerbal X. Okay, so let's find the station. Where's our station?
I really dig the addition of the lights.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool feature. That was requested by Mr. Dirt Diggler. I don't know if he's here.
I know. I saw him earlier.
Well, I guess there's that, Pokey. If you want to look at it like that, man, I suppose. This station's eccentric orbit after the Kraken Arm strike is really making it a little tougher to rendezvous with. Ichi. Who's the other voice? Pointy Pita, I have Matarignika with me. Matoro Ignika. Yeah. Hey. How are you, buddy?
Hi. Sleepy. You must know.
Sleepy?
Yes.
Why?
Because I am. Because reasons.
I don't want to argue Sublantics with you.
Potato.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
My life is potato.
Steroids. Wait a minute. Whoa, guy. I don't need no steroids to know how to rock. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, what do you want to do, huh? Look at all that flab right there. Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? All right. Almost there. Nice shirt. Ah, thanks, Tahoe. All right. One more time around should give us... Oh, no, probably two.
I think you might be fine at one.
No, you know what I can do? I can kind of cycler orbit the station, or use a semi-cycler. Well, not a semi-cycler. I can kind of... Yeah, actually, this is more or less a cycler, what I'll do here. So if I burn at PE and increase my AP out a lot higher than the station, I will eventually intersect it if I'm in the proper phasing for the station. Put those guns down, or you'll be arrested. That was way more grunting than I expected. Deal with it. Deal with it.
That was Tim the Toolman Taylor levels of grunting.
Was that a Home Improvement reference that you just made?
Yes.
Alright, good for you.
I need to watch that show again.
No, the cycler thing isn't working. I'm not in the right phasing to do it.
What about going radial or anti-radial?
No, my inclination... Well, radial... Yeah, radial will do it, yeah. Yeah, I thought you said normal for a second, sorry. I always catch up to the station. The only reason I do that is because herp derp. No,
You derp herped?
Wow, lost my train of thought. That's what I did. It's what the actual shuttle does. The shuttle will catch up to the station. They always say that the shuttle needs to catch up to the station now. 19.
Yay, Pokey?
14. Matt is definitely my Albor. All right. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Wait, so... Okay, Digital's apparently calling me Wilson. Who am I?
Wilson. Wilson.
Who are you?
Wilson. I'm Tom
Where
Hanks.
am I?
When will then be now? Hey, target. It means the station should be around here somewhere. There it is. Alright. We are go for Ohms 4, which is our rendezvous burn. That should do it. 400. Okay. Perfect. Quick save. What year is it? No, past this part. In fact, never watch this part again. No, light speed is too slow. Light speed too slow? Yeah, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed. What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken? Prepare ship for ludicrous speed! Cancel the 3-ring circus. Secure all animals in the zoo. Give me that, you petty excuse for an officer. Ludicrous speed. Go! What have I done? My brains are going into my feet. Okay, we are now in range of the station here. What's happening up in here? Spaceballs? In this stream, Spaceballs. EJ may have taken too many steroids. I don't do steroids. Steroids are bad for you. Hayes, I think I like that joke the best because nobody, like, people get it, but most people, it flies over people's heads a lot. Typical EJ madness, you assume? Yeah, something like that. I'm breathing. Air! Air! Alright, we're 600 meters out from the station. Mwah. How did you build your wings? Well, it's the big S Delta wing, and then I used a wing. I made my own wing strake. The wing strake is it's the Type D wing segments with an I-beam going through it. I like my wing strakes. They disperse heat better than the big S wing strakes.
I really dig your wing strikes. They look good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Okay, just using the RCS to bleed off the rest of my speed here. And then we start station keeping. Okay, target 0.0. Quick save, re-enable SAS. Turn the shuttle to line up with the PMA here.
Well, good luck on the rest of the mission, but I think I'm going to head off for the night, so good night, guys.
See you, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Matt Rignica, fellow KSP TV, KSP TV streamer and fellow Kerbal Space Program streamer.
Yo.
You guys aren't giving this man a follow. Go give him a follow. He's a good dude. He's an enabler, though. You're like a drug dealer, dude. That's terrible.
I'm a game dealer, okay? It's what I do.
I do games. It's my thing, all right? It's not illegal.
Yeah, you know.
It's not illegal. I swear.
Hey, I got the money. Why not? Have a good night, guys.
See you, buddy. Sleep well.
Later, fellas.
And that was Mr. Matarignika. He's a good dude. I like him. Why do you open the doors so early? Heat buildup? Yeah, it's mimicking the shuttle's actual, Here we go. Just coming down to the station here. It's mimicking the shuttle's actual mission profile. They had to open up the doors. Plus, it looks awesome flying with the doors open. Yeah, Bram. I worked. We got a lot done. I built the airlock for the shuttle tonight, dude. You can always see it on the VOD, dude. I didn't listen to music or anything this time, so. Okay, we're floating next to it. Here it is. There's Crippen Station in all of its glory. So now Sean Rai is going to orient Voyager here in the proper alignment for docking with the pressurized mating adapter. Let's install this Kraken Arm, shall we? So weird. You know, like, I'm reorienting my shuttle to line up with the PMA, and, like, just randomly, just now, like, a thought popped into my head. I'm like, God, I love this. I love space. Space stuff is too cool, man. I'm like, I just nerded out inadvertently in my head without even trying to. God, space is awesome. I love this stuff. This is great. I love this button. Ejectocito, cuz. What do you do with obsolete Kraken arms? Well, I feed them to the Kraken, actually. That's what happens. I mean, look at this. You can't get this in any other game. You wouldn't get this from any other game. I just want to tell you what I'm flying. We could do that. Yep. Before we go any further with that, yes, that could be a thing. No, I'm not going to do it. Oh, Tahoe, that would be amazing. Can you imagine, like Team Fortress mixed with Ender's Game? I think I would lose it. That shuttle rolled. Space. Snort space coke, dude. That's horrible. Define that, though. What does that mean? What's space coke? That's horrible. Do you want the super awesome EJSA answer, what really happens, or the funny answer? We'll do all three. So the super awesome EJSA answer is that the Kraken arms, once we're done using them, they're brought back down for and disassembled for flight research and evaluation. All right. The actual answer is I just take it back down on the shuttle and I recover the vessel to recoup costs. Doesn't really matter. The funny answer is I sacrifice them to the Kraken. Never gonna launch you up. Never gonna bring you down. Yeah, shame. I can't get enough of this stuff. Okay. We need to roll to the left a little bit. Recycle SAS. Perfect. Okay. Low Z enabled. Actually, we don't need to do low Z just yet. Okay. I did, Maxwell. They did that on a mission, on a shuttle mission in the not in the 80s. I know they brought Coke and Pepsi up with like an advanced soda can designed for space. I didn't know they brought them up to the ISS though. That's cool. What mission was it? Yeah, Phillies. Yeah, I can stop anytime I want. Just not right now. See, like, spaceflight and KSP and, like, streaming, I suppose that's not a bad thing to be addicted to. There's plenty worse things, you know? I'm a Coca-Cola type of person. I like Coca-Cola. Pepsi's okay. I mean, I really will drink either one. It really doesn't matter. I think that, like I see people fight about, like, oh, this soft drink's better. I mean, it's a soft drink, dude. Come on. Go outside or something, please. I like Coca-Cola. I drink Coca-Cola more than I drink Pepsi. But, I mean, honestly, I don't really mind either one. I'm not like, Pepsi, you know? Don't forget the Red Bull. You've seen the withdrawals. Yeah. Yeah, I might have a caffeine addiction. That probably is a thing. Coffee, 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 coffee. Okay. Center. 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 Okay, has the shuttle in alignment compared to the station. Good. Voyager's now moving in. Dock on the PMA. Here, looks like we're a little high. Pretty sweet picture, right? We're almost there. One final effort is all that remains. Why does this thing want to go over there all the time? Shuttle, I need you to line up. I need you to stay lined up, okay? There we go. Not docked yet, but close. All right, we have magnetization. Come on. Just do it. Do it! Oh, did we get it? Yeah! Alright, perfect. Alright, CTS 3-2 is docked Crippen Station. Nice. Alright, excellent. Quick save that. Perfect. Nice, interesting design. Shame's a Dr. Pepper guy. Yeah, yeah. Das is a Dr. Pepper guy. Okay. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to move Kraken Arm 3 on its nadir berthing point on Hab 1, which is where the original Kraken Arm was, and I'm just going to leave it there for right now. We could Spider-Man it down over to here and get it into a position where it could be used to build modules, but I think I'm going to need Kraken Arm the most when I go to build the starboard truss segment over here. So I'm going to leave it in this position for right now, and then later we can actually, we'll move it up into its proper positioning. Up top. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Let's give this thing a test. Shall we? Alright. Then I just gotta decouple that. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so now the first thing we need to do, everything, yeah, that's working. So I'm going to disable a couple of reaction wheels on here, just because we don't need 5 reaction wheels to counter the 3 reaction wheels that we're going to use to move the arm. So when we go to move this, we can just see now we have 3 reaction wheels overpowering the 2 and getting the arm to move correctly. Actually, I should switch back and undo this one as well. Decouple. There it goes. New hinge working pretty well right now. Okay. That's our updated hinge piece there. Control from here. That'll give me a more updated controller system there. Yeah, that's good. Alright, now the arm segment, if I control this from the proper port here, all I should have to do is just move it out like this. Do I know who Shmoyaho is? No, I don't. Okay. So this, I'm going to disable one, flip back over to this segment here, and I'm going to use 2 on this so it doesn't overpower. So I need 2 overpowering 1 there. There we go. So this should move the Kraken Arm very, very easily. I forgot this thing had the reach on this thing. It can reach really, really far. Why does... That doesn't look right to me. The hinge isn't moving. Why isn't that hinge moving? Uh-oh. Don't do this to me. I just got you up here, man. That hinge should be able to move further than that. Okay. So there's that. Are all 3 of these enabled? Yes, they are. So now... Okay, whatever that did, it unlocked it. The hinge was scaring me for a second there. See, with this new controller system, it's so much easier to use. There we go. How's the stanky arm doing? Good, good. Unlike Valve, EJ knows how to count. Oh, I know what you're saying. What I'm saying is Half-Life 3 confirmed, bro. Look at that. A manipulator coming out of the shuttle's payload bay. Someday. You expected Infernal Robotics? Oh, bro, no, I don't need Infernal Robotics. I built my own. We don't do Infernal Robotics here. That's not what we do. Ever. We build actual robotics, man. We make our own. How's that light receptor working? Nice. Look at it. It's the lights. Oh my goodness, the lights. That's awesome. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so now here comes the tough part. So I'm going to have to disable. Okay, so I don't want to disable both of them. I want to enable one. And then this one I need just one running. So one running on each. And then this guy is going to need all three enabled. Okay. Let's see if we can rotate this bad boy. So I'm going to try to rotate the entire assembly around so I can move the arm up and attach it. The control system is actually working a lot better. Oh, don't dink the glass on the cupola. Oh, man. No. That was almost bad. This is definitely working a lot nicer, though. That's for sure. And the control system is a lot more intuitive. Like, I don't need to adjust my camera as much because I can just picture how the thing needs to move in my head. I don't know why this thing wants to always just go this way. I think it's just because of physics, but... Glad the beard is back. Oh, there you go, man. Watch out for electric charge. No worries. It's not a problem. The sunglasses make you feel like I know what I'm doing. Oh, that's good. I usually get the opposite response with the sunglasses. People are like, dude, this guy's full of crap. Sunglasses actually help a lot, like, because of eye strain and stuff. I wear them mostly as a joke, dude, because it's like, bro, Kerbal, Top Gun, you could be my wingman anytime, you know? But it actually has become, like, a staple on the stream, so I'm like, you know, whatever, we'll use them. Okay. I'll admit, though, that using this still does take a lot of thought. What happens when I take off the sunglasses? Do you remember in Star Wars when the Death Star shot at Alderaan? That's what would happen to Earth. I can't do that. Sorry. Alright, so we've completed the arm rotation, and now we just need to... Okay, so this one needs to, yeah, okay. So I'm going to need to pitch down and then just basically point, yeah, right there. That'll do it. So we're just going to rotate the arm now. Okay, good. Quick save there. Cycle that SAS so it doesn't get stuck. And then, oh, looks like we're just stuck on the port up here. No problem. Okay. Let's go back to the arm segment. Now we're gonna move the arm out like this so we can line up with that docking port there. Yeah, no, Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they open the Ark, yeah, that's what happens. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. Trust me. Gonna need to yaw the entire assembly over here. Okay. Knuckle segment. Just gonna need to rotate it a little bit. I keep calling it knuckle segment. It's really a wrist segment, but who's counting? No, it's crip and make. I love how the station is like nearing completion. That really makes me happy. I'm a little bit late, but for a major structural design flaw, I think we've done okay. This thing's gonna need to be rotated for it to be berthed correctly. Actually, it needs to be just like that. Okay. Not bad. That needs to be right there. Oh, no. That's the wrist segment. We need the elbow. Got to take the elbow, just move it into position here. I have whatever Marcellus Wallace's, whatever was in his briefcases. His briefcase, yeah, that's what I have in my eyes. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's successful magnetization right there. If we disable SAS on the components and allow that port to dock into the proper alignment there. Because right now it's the SAS on the arm segment that's holding it back. That should allow it to just pop right into place. Perfect. What was the major structural design flaw? It was these docking ports right here. It's not a structural design flaw, but it was a design flaw nonetheless. See how I offset these two docking ports? I did that completely on purpose because basically I went to separate. These docking ports used to be right next to each other. Like one used to be right here parallel to it. You can see the Q-Bach tags. I didn't gizmo the Q-Bach tags. They're still in the same spots where the docking ports would have been. If I separated this and then shifted it this way a little bit, there was a potential for the docking port on here and the docking port on there to magnetize to each other. If they magnetize to each other, bad stuff happens. I assure you. I almost had to evac the station. Okay, quick save. Now I'm just going to change the SAS configurations around on these. This is going to need to have 2 wheels enabled. And this one is going to need to have 1 enabled. Okay, so now we are go for detachment out of Voyager's payload bay here. I'm going to disable 1 wheel on that. And now we're going to stow Kraken Arm. So now Kraken Arm is Kraken Arm 3 is what's called a double articulate manipulator system. It basically has, it's an elbow, so you have your arm and your elbow. All right, this is actually two like forearms. So like take from here forward on your arm, right? And then attach it to another arm at the other end. Play the GIF, somebody play the GIF. That should explain it. So it can basically monkey bar around the station. All right, what part am I controlling here? So this is the first part that we need to control. Let's pull this segment back a little bit. Alright, so we've now pulled the arm out of Voyager's payload bay. We have our knuckle segment here. Light is on. Okay. Active. I understood monkey bar. Yes, oh, of course. I understand some of these words. Zucal, Jackery, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Zucal, look at it. In all of its glory. It's working, dude. And it's working well. Alright, so now let's rotate this entire thing. Okay, we should be good there. Alright, we're going to now try to stow the elbow segment without anything going wrong. I think we got it. Elbow segment stored nominally. Perfect. So now this, the wrist segment can be, it's going to have to be put in a position like that, right there. Cycle SAS. And now we are go for elbow joint storage here. Hey Davis, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Okay. Now we should just be able to move this bad boy right into position right there. Perfect. Okay, so elbow segment stored successfully. Now we're just going to move to the outer wrist segment. All we should have to do is just roll it around 180 degrees. And that should store that segment. Disable the SAS, clip it into place, boom. Excellent. Lights off, Gorilla Radio. I'm going to disable all the reaction wheels here just so we don't cause excess station torque movement. Bingo. All right. Good. All right, Bob. See you later, buddy. Oh, that's cool, Digital. I didn't know that either. Cool. All right. Now, second phase of this mission is getting this piece of junk off. That's the old one. See how the old one has two docking ports next to each other, and then the new one has staggered docking ports? Yeah. That was the problem with that. All right, second part of the mission here. Could we grab it? Is it in range? It's not in range. Dang, it's too far away. All right, so we're going to have to use the KMU. Lemny, get out here. Get on. There we go. Okay, Lemny, detach the KMU. Decouple the node. Stop concentrating. I mean, hello. Hey, Solo. How you doing, buddy? Send comm array. RCS system tanks enabled. RCS system online. Gyroscopes enabled. Perfect. Yep, Ichi, yep, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so now we're oriented correctly relative to the station. Lemny is going to go grab the broken Kraken Arm segment. What a view, huh? Man. This station. I like Crippen Station a lot. This is probably one of my favorite. I think that Crippen Station is one of the best stations that I've made in my tenure, at least. Okay, there's the broken Kraken Arm segment. How are we gonna do this? Yep, everything's engineered. Everything. Everything! I do it because I must. It is my purpose. Okay. Alright. This is how we're going to do this. What's your job? You know what, Warmonger? Let's just say this is my job, dude. I'll just say I'm a professional streamer. That other one, don't include. You've only done Monolithic Station? Well, Crippen Station is no slouch, man. It's a pretty big station. There we go. There it goes. Lemony's now docked to the Kraken Arm segment here. Is there somewhere you could see the full station? Yeah, I'll show you the full station when I'm done. Hey, 9595, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? All right. Okay. We have the Kraken Arm stump, or the remains of Kraken Arm 2 here. And we're going to take it and we're going to dock it down on Kraken Arm. On the Kraken Arm 3 delivery mechanism. I'm good, 95. I'm good, man. I got Kraken Arm 3 up here. CTS 32, Shuttle Voyager has carried Kraken Arm 3 up, and I'm just bringing the remnants of 2 back before it exploded. It's now just the stump of a Kraken Arm. Stump of Kraken Arm. And that's son of Kraken Arm. Yeah, Supernovae. Skylab, man. Wet workshops. Very cool. Lemony is now maneuvering the rest of the Kraken Arm, old Kraken Arm infrastructure back into Voyager's payload bay to take down. No, best man, not that I know of. Believe me, I'll tell you the second I figure some, or second I hear something about it. Did I miss your question? Why not have a KMU with a probe core docked at Kerbin Station? Why tie it into the shuttle? Save parts, Crafty. Part count, bro. Yeah, I bring them with me on the shuttle to save part count on overall part count on the station. And the other thing is, Crafty, I just don't want to use a station tug anymore. I've used station tugs. I think the station tug is too easy. Easy. I think KMUs are way cooler. Anyway. Whoa, 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 problem. Oh my goodness. Okay. Stop. Alright, hold up. What lateral direction are we going in? That way. Okay. What the heck just happened? I think I may have bounced off the left side of the payload bay. Is it possible for a Kerbal to survive re-entry? No. I don't think so, at least. Hey, lying down. How you doing? 9595. If you hit caps lock, all right, and you enable caps lock, it gives you a low thrust alternative. You have a very fine control for your RCS. That actually helps a ton when you're going to dock stuff. I call it low Z. Low Z thrust is... It's a thing from the Space Shuttle program. Yeah, no problem, 95. I'm here to help, man. Whew. Alright, thanks for the follow, too, man. Hey EJ, the reason I have not been coming to your streams is because I've been playing baseball and we beat a first place team even though we were fourth. Just something I would share. My good news. Awesome, dude. What position do you play? I love baseball. I seriously, baseball is my favorite. I think I like Formula One a little bit more than I like baseball, but I've been playing baseball longer than I've been following Formula One. I used to play ball. I don't play much anymore. Can't remember the last time I actually did play. But I do. I keep my baseball glove in my car, if it's any consolation. It's always in the trunk. Never know when someone's gonna want to have a game of catch. Yeah, I'm weird like that. I get it. There we go. We have magnetization on the old Kraken Arm segment to the shuttle there. That should do it. Let's get the seat away from that. You play first? Awesome, man. First baseman. That's what I played. Fantastic, dude. 1B, man. 1B. I need locked. There we go. Dude, I've actually, you know, the baseball mitt's a funny thing. That's a funny story. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's like the universe telling me something. Like, if you believe in that, whatever. If you don't, yeah, I get it. I mean, like, for a while, and this is the reason I still have it in my car. For a while, I don't know what it was, man. Like, people would, I don't know if it was a joke or whatever, but like, I don't see how it could be a joke because, like, people asked, like, all of a sudden, they're like, hey, like, do you play baseball? Like, hey, you want to play catch? It was really weird. Like, there was a time, like, it was a couple of years ago, and, like, my coworkers would be like, hey, yo, you got your glove with you? Let's play catch. And I'm like, what? And, like, a coworker would ask, and then I'd go somewhere, and I'd be talking, be like, yeah, I love baseball, man. And then somebody else would be like, hey, yo, we should play catch. Like, you got a ball with you? I'm like, just randomly. And I couldn't figure out, like, I don't know, like, what was going on there. It was really weird because, like, I'd be all over the place. And
Swift
hey,
quality base here. The Eagle has landed.
War Mongrel with $25 donation. Thanks, buddy. But anyway, long story short is a bunch of people asked me to play catch. So I put my glove in my car so I can play catch. Prepared. Really weird, though. War Mongrel, thank you. Did you leave a message, bud? Let's see what we got. Thank you for making this your job. Didn't mean to offend with a Best Buy comment. I just remembered it from a previous stream. Love what you do. Thanks for all the awesome content. Dude, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I work at Best Buy. It's neither here nor there. But I do appreciate it, man. And don't think I was trying to rag on you, man. That's not what was going on at all. I don't like telling people that. You know, I'd rather tell them that I teach people how to rocket science than work at Best Buy. I don't know. Not a bad company to work for, though. But I'm catching up with the chat. Sorry about that. I've not pushed that limit at all. What are the things they would not do in Interstellar? I'm not sure what you mean by that, dude. You can make better. Why not move another Margraves in? Why not move another from the station so Bob is not alone? There's 4 crew on the station right now. If you bring it, they will add. Yeah, Pokey, it was like that. It was like Field of Dreams stuff going on. It was really weird. I teach people to rocket. Yep, it's true. Do I dislike my job or do I find that information is too personal? Like, you know, I'm 27 now, dude. You know, it's time to do something else. That's all. I don't have anything against retail or anything. Like, Best Buy is a great company to work for, but it's a great company to work for if you're like supplementing it with college. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel that I mean, retail is not my career, you know? So I would like to pursue a career in this or something similar to like spaceflight, mechanical engineering or something. And, you know, it's time to move on. That's all. So I'd rather tell that, you know, I'd rather say, plus like saying that you teach people, like I'm a professional streamer, but I don't just play video games all day. I also teach people and I you know, I show them that, you know, you can learn this stuff like that provides, it's more substancy, you know what I mean? I'd like to think that's more meaningful because it certainly is more meaningful to me. Nah, it is no problem. Where else in the retail sphere have I worked? Staples. I've worked in restaurants. Um, I worked in the copy center at Staples. I worked in retail, like on the floor at Staples. I've worked on the floor at Best Buy. I've worked in the warehouse at Best Buy. I worked making pizzas. I've worked delivering pizzas, prep work. I've done everything, man. I worked in a grocery store. Stocked the shelves in a grocery store. I've worked cashier at a grocery store. This was like way back when I was like 15. I've been everywhere, man. I've worked all over the place. I have tons of retail experience, but I just don't want to do it anymore. Like, 27. Go do something. Retail? That's it? Is that what you want out of life? That's not what I want out of life. I'll tell you that. Why did I undock the KMU? Didn't really want to do that. Shimmy, what's up, man? I'm 27, Digital. No, not rude at all. I don't care. I just turned 27 on the 5th. Oh, wasn't far enough away. Have you ever thought about doing something like DOS's boot camp? I don't, like, that's the thing. I think when you're running a business, okay, so the stream is like my business, and it's my job to provide content to you guys. You know what I mean? And I provide content through my space program. I like what DOS does, and Lord knows I wanted to do something like that at one time. This was before DOS was even around. I saw the need for an interactive stream way back in the day. Like, I'm talking about a year and a half ago. I had a stream. We had a segment once a night that I tried out where I would basically just sit here and you could ask me questions. It was like an AMA about Kerbal, you know what I mean? Like about doing stuff in Kerbal. But that's his kind of area, and I try not to push into that, you know? Like, I'll teach you how to play. If you have a question, I teach you, but I don't like, I think that, like, innovating content is, like, better. Like, think of something else. Don't try to copy another person, you know what I mean? That's DOS's thing. Bootcamp is his thing, man, and he runs it well. Like, honestly, I don't think I'd be able to run it as good as he would. So, like, Bootcamp is his thing. If somebody wants to learn how to play Kerbal, I will send someone over there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll answer your questions, but if you really want to get a regimented, like, curriculum on playing Kerbal, go to DOS, because he's awesome. He'll teach you how to play, and not only will he teach you how to play, he'll teach you how to play, like, the best way. Like, when you're building a plane, not using SAS to compensate for, like, a plane's crappy design. He'll teach you how to play right. Like, and having those tools that DOS, like, teaches will allow you to move into more complex builds like what I do. I mean, we kind of, like, I like to think that we kind of feed off of each other. And, like, we rope Shimmy in there. You're awesome, by the way. And we have this awesome thing where we just, like, oh, dude, follow DOS, follow Shimmy, follow EJ, like, and I think, like, we each have our own things that make our streams good, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't do any type of boot camp like that. What makes the stream good and what I like to do is I demonstrate and I run my stream like a space program. Shimmy does the same thing, and it's awesome. But Jimmy does it in RSSRO, which is, like, hardcore. Like, that's insane. Like, dude, much respect, man. I don't think I could do that. Okay. Did you eject? What are you doing? Where are you going? No, come back! What the heck is going on here? Anyone? No, Crafty, I don't need... No, I don't play with a remote tech, but... Oh. Okay. Jesus, Lemny. Where'd you go? Where's the station? What are you doing, dude? Get back over there. Did we know, Ref? We didn't know, Ref, but it looks like he couldn't get out of that spin. This is the game just being itself. Jeez, that scared me. So he's back. What's his pack fuel at? Oh, okay, we're fine. That scared me. I was like... Right? But yeah, anyway, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do something like boot camp. That's Stas's thing, man. Don't infringe on his territory. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, we're all mutual. Unplanned EVA right there. Come on, Lemny, get in there. Bored? Jeez. That almost ended really badly. How do you figure out whether it null ret? You hit Alt F2, and it'll bring up the debug menu. All right, David. See you later, buddy. Good luck, man. All right, I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. That took a little